What if I told you there's an athlete who hasn't lost a single race in over 1,895 days? An athlete so dominant that every time they step on the track, victory feels inevitable. This isn't just about winning, it's about redefining what's possible. Meet Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, the queen of the 400-meter hurdles and one of the greatest athletes of our time. In 2024, Sydney proved that she's not just a champion, but a force of nature. She didn't just win races, she obliterated the competition, breaking records along the way. Her performances left fans, analysts, and even her competitors in awe. But how does she do it? What makes her unbeatable? Let's dive into her incredible journey and what makes her 2024 season one for the history books. Being undefeated is a title reserved for the best of the best. In sports, it's rare to find athletes or teams that can maintain such a streak, especially at the elite level. It requires consistency, resilience, and an almost superhuman level of focus. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone isn't alone in her dominance. World Athletics released a list of 2024's most unbeatable athletes, including legends like pole vault champion Mondo Duplantis, 1500-meter sensation Faith Kipyegon, and discus thrower Valerie Allman. All of these athletes went undefeated in their events during the year, showcasing their incredible talent and dedication. However, Sydney stood out even among this elite group. While others were dominant, her performances were in a league of their own. In interviews, she explained that her focus isn't just on winning, but on consistently breaking her own boundaries. "It hasn't really hit me yet," she said, after breaking the world record at the Paris Olympics. "Blessed, honestly, it's surreal." This mindset, rooted in humility and gratitude, underscores her ability to rise above pressure and expectations. Being undefeated is more than just a statistic. It's a mindset. For Sydney, it's about pushing the limits of what she and her sport can achieve. Her 2024 season showcased not just consistency, but a level of dominance rarely seen in athletics. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone has been a star since she was a teenager. Born in 1999 in New Jersey, Sydney showed early signs of greatness, qualifying for the 2016 Olympics at just 16 years old. Over the years, she has steadily climbed the ranks, breaking records and winning gold medals. She won every race she entered, from small meets to the grand stage of the Paris Olympics. But what makes Sydney special isn't just her talent, it's her ability to rise above expectations. In an interview, she highlighted the importance of focusing on herself rather than the competition. "I don't worry about the lanes beside me," she explained. "I focus on the hurdles ahead, knowing each one is an opportunity to improve." Her journey to greatness wasn't without challenges. Sydney often credits her support system, her coaches and team, for helping her navigate the highs and lows of professional athletics. "Winning or losing, it's not something I experience alone. It's a shared moment," she said, reflecting on the collective effort that fuels her success. As fans, we're witnessing something truly special. Sydney isn't just winning races, she's changing the way we think about athletics. Her 2024 performances were proof that she is not only a champion, but an icon in the making. The 2024 Paris Olympics were packed with thrilling moments, but one of the most unforgettable was Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone's performance in the 400-meter hurdles. From the moment she stepped on the track, it was clear that Sydney was in a class of her own. She didn't just win the race, she dominated it, finishing a staggering 2.93% ahead of her closest competitor, Anna Cockroy. To put that in perspective, such a margin in the 100-meter dash would be equivalent to running a time faster than Usain Bolt's world record. Sydney's win wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. Her Olympic gold wasn't her only highlight of the season. Sydney also broke her own world record twice in 2024, lowering it to an astonishing 50.37 seconds. This time isn't just fast, it's revolutionary. To understand how significant this is, consider that before Sydney, the 400-meter hurdles record stood at 52.16 seconds. She has shaved nearly 2 seconds off that mark, a feat that seems almost superhuman. Beyond the track, Sydney celebrated her victories with humility and joy. After winning gold, she wore a tiara during her celebration, a nod to the immense support from her family and fans who see her as nothing less than royalty. "It symbolizes the joy and support of the people around me," she said in an exclusive interview, reflecting on how much her journey means to those who have supported her. Sydney's composure, technique, and mental toughness were unmatched. Her win in Paris wasn't just a personal triumph. It was a moment that will be remembered as one of the greatest performances in Olympic history. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone's 2024 season wasn't just about one race or one record. It was about consistency at an unprecedented level. She competed in multiple events throughout the year, and no one could come close to beating her. From her season opener at the Edwin Moses Classic to the grand finale at the Paris Olympics, Sydney showcased why she is one of the most dominant athletes in the history of track and field. Her season began with a bang. At the Edwin Moses Classic, Sydney recorded one of the largest margins of victory in her career, winning by over 6%. This was only the start, as she went on to win every race she entered by an average margin of 4%. Even in races where she didn't need to push herself, Sydney's dominance was evident. What set 2024 apart was her ability to repeatedly break barriers. She shattered her own 400-meter hurdles world record twice, bringing the mark down to 50.37 seconds. Each time she broke the record, she did it with ease, as if to show the world that she wasn't done rewriting history. Her consistency across all competitions was remarkable. Whether it was a qualifying round or the Olympic finals, Sydney approached each race with the same focus and determination. For most athletes, maintaining such a high level of performance for an entire season is nearly impossible. For Sydney, it was just business as usual. Off the track, Sydney embraced the moments of reflection. In an interview, she revealed that she balanced her intense training with lighthearted hobbies, like juggling and indulging in her favorite foods. "I'm sitting here with Chick-fil-A," she said, highlighting how even the best athletes need moments of normalcy. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone's 2024 season places her in a rarefied group of athletes whose performances transcend their sport. When compared to legends like Usain Bolt or Mondo Duplantis, Sydney's dominance shines just as brightly, if not more so. For instance, Mondo Duplantis, the pole vault phenomenon. What makes Sydney's achievements even more remarkable is the historical context. Before she came onto the scene, breaking 52 seconds in the 400-meter hurdles seemed impossible. By 2024, Sydney had not only shattered this barrier, but had lowered the world record to 50.37 seconds, a nearly 2-second improvement over the previous record of 52.16 seconds held by Dalilah Muhammad. This leap is unprecedented in athletics, where records are often broken by hundredths, not whole seconds. Sydney's influence also extends beyond the numbers. She has inspired a new wave of athletes, particularly young women, to push their limits. In interviews, she often emphasizes the importance of faith, self-belief, and hard work. "Breaking barriers is never just about talent," she explained in one interview. "It's about trusting the process, staying focused, and finding joy in the journey." Her performances have elevated the 400-meter hurdles to new heights, making it one of the most exciting events in track and field. Sydney isn't just competing against her peers, she's competing against history, and so far, she's winning. As of 2024, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone's undefeated streak in the 400-meter hurdles stretches back over 1,895 days, an astonishing testament to her consistency and resilience. The last time she lost in her signature event was at the 2019 World Championships, where it took a world record performance by Dalilah Muhammad to beat her. Since then, Sydney has not only reclaimed the world record, but has redefined the event entirely. Her legacy is already monumental. Sydney's 1.79-second improvement on the world record since 2021 is one of the largest leaps in track and field history. For comparison, Karsten Warholm, the men's 400-meter hurdles world record holder, lowered his record by 1.71%, a significant achievement but still shy of Sydney's massive strides. Beyond the record, Sydney's influence extends to the athletes who look up to her. She's vocal about the importance of surrounding herself with the right people and staying grounded. "My team is everything," she shared in an interview. "Every victory, every record, it's not just mine, it's ours." Off the track, Sydney has embraced her role as a role model. She balances her demanding career with moments of joy and self-reflection. Her habit of juggling, which she calls therapeutic, is a reminder that even the greatest athletes find balance in simple pleasures. Her performances in 2024 prove that she isn't just a great athlete, she's a generational talent whose legacy will inspire future athletes for years to come. The question now is, what's next for Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone? After a season as historic as 2024, it's hard to imagine how she could improve. But Sydney has always been about pushing boundaries, and 2025 holds exciting possibilities. One of the biggest milestones on the horizon is the elusive sub-50-second barrier in the 400-meter hurdles. Many believe it's only a matter of time before Sydney achieves this feat, given her current trajectory. If she does, it would be one of the most significant milestones in track and field history. There's also speculation about whether Sydney will expand her range. Could she transition to the 400-meter flat, or even longer distances? Her combination of speed, endurance, and tactical intelligence makes her a natural fit for multiple events. Fans and analysts alike are eager to see how she might challenge herself in new ways. In interviews, Sydney has hinted at the importance of finding balance and continuing to grow as both an athlete and a person. "It's about more than records or medals," she said. "It's about leaving a legacy and inspiring the next generation." Whether she's breaking barriers on the track or inspiring young athletes off it, one thing is certain. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone's journey is far from over, and the world will be watching as she continues to make history. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone's 2024 season wasn't just about winning. It was about redefining the sport of track and field. Her record-breaking performances, her undefeated streak, and her unwavering focus on improvement have made her one of the greatest athletes of all time. Through her talent, work ethic, and humility, Sydney has shown the world that greatness isn't just about what you achieve, but how you achieve it. As she continues to push the limits of what's possible, her legacy will inspire generations of athletes to come. The next chapter in Sydney's incredible story is yet to be written, but one thing is certain: the best is yet to come.